everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Today's matchup could be an interesting one. The Falcons rank in the top 10 in total offense, and they go up against the Redskins defense that will need to be at its best. So let's get over to the ATL, Atlanta. Standing by our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the home of the Falcons since 1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Washington Redskins and the Atlanta Falcons. They come out here in the eye.
3-19! No, check. Patriot!
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And here's a look at the starting offense. And the wideout in motion.
Back out of that, Philly, here we go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got time. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Green 39!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding time. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Watch him now, Barney! Under 10! 3-19!
Coleman looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And here is the Redskin defense.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They will run again with Coleman. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Green 39!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end receiver. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Matt Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Leopard. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll go again to Jones. Bulldozes past him. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
This is brought in at the 21. Oh, look at the juke. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Drop the throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Miles Jack in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On play action, they'll throw. Backing up. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, That'll drive a team towards a victory.
Possible run anticipated. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Hey, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Detroit. Check three. Watch him now, Barney. Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. And his kick is indeed good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Dante Fowler missed his rookie season due to injury. So good to have him back on the field. A terrific combination of speed and strength.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 30 yards there. Catches like that from Mike Evans, just another reason he was the 7th pick in 2014.
It's almost not fair because you can see the frame. What is he, about 6'5" or so, somewhere in that neighborhood? So his catch radius is absolutely tremendous. That makes it very difficult to cover him, even if you surround him with people. But also, he can run. I mean, his speed is absolutely surprising to a lot of people.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle to Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
319.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And down inside. inside the 15 he goes. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that leads to a Washington first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit! Back that up, Philly! Here we go! Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319!
Now this is Crowder from the end zone. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Hurry up, here we go! Boom! No, check! Patriot! Gone! Hurry up! 45 to light!
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd.
Green 39! Green 39! Back that up, Philly! Here we go! Philly! Here we go! Green 39!
Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd down, here's Jones. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football. And that really hurts you as an offense.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it'll give the Falcons a 1st down. Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
Over! Back that up, Philly! Here we go now!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Drops it off for Coleman. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Falcons are going to get a 1st.
In any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
All right, now look at me!
4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Six yards to go here on 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Blue, line it. Go, here we go. Blue, line it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue, line it. Blue, line it. Hot.
Here's Coleman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Hey, hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. Over. Leopard.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. They come out here in the eye. Coleman now. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
It's Coleman here. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, after last week, where he kept finding the end zone, what do you have, 2 touchdown runs?
Yep.
He's got to be just a tad frustrated here. Close, but he hasn't gotten in.
Maybe they give him another shot. We'll see.
Well, I would think so. I think he's built up that type of equity, but the guys on the other side of the ball know it, too.
3-19. Go. Detroit. 39. Green, 39.
This is Coleman. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal now. The defense looking to hold. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Detroit, 39.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, that run is exactly what you expect from someone of his stature. This is a big back, so you expect him to break some tackles and gain some additional yardage. And it pays dividends, not just for himself as the game goes on, but for his team. Because when he can break down defenses and allow that type of production to happen, it also opens up the passing game in a big way, because at some point, you got to start bringing extra defenders to the line of scrimmage to try and slow him down.
Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Instead, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
No, check. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. 319.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
He'll look to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Jordan Reed with an acrobatic catch. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
From the left side, it's complete. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be first down Atlanta. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Surveying the field. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Fresh set of downs here. Jones. And some space here. We'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Here we go. What? No.
Here's a direct snap to Jones. Now Marshall. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Great effort there to shed the contact and it helps them pick up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Hey, 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 hey. Here we go now. Boom, landed. Right here.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jones coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll drop the throw. Evans has it left side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Second down following the incompletion.
Hey, set, no, switch. Good.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Here's Matt Bosher now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
Remember, they need to keep will or miss. Then they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
From the midfield strike, they look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. One receiver to the left is Evans. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. And they'll get it up the middle. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They come up in a 2 tight end look here.
Let's go! What? None! What? None!
Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Now a Wildcat look. It's Jones. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. 45. Watch him now, Barney. Let's go. Green 39. Green. Here we go now.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again with Jones. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. One receiver to the left is Evans. Time he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
So out come the Falcons now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here. Out of the gun. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Preston Smith in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Another pistol look here.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And that is incomplete. There's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken on the 25. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. There's no doubt that his size is a factor, but I've seen a lot of big running backs in the league not have that kind of impact because they don't run like a big back should. Get behind their pads, as they like to say, lower center of gravity, and knock people backwards. Sometimes they run too upright and take too many hits. Not this guy. He knows how to get low, break tackles, and gain additional yardage.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
2nd down following the run.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney. Back nine it up, Philly. Here we go.
The play clock's running down. They'll look to throw here. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs.
Patriot! Patriot!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that brings up fourth down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now let's go! Hey, Mike 52! Mike 52!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Here we go now! Green 39! Green 39!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time. Going to throw right side here, complete. Well, he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to carry the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
319! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Shift together here from the D-line. And they'll run it here. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now back to throw. Finding time. He sets to fire. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious this when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw now on second and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Still remaining here on third down.
Now let's go. 3-19. Over.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. It's tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll look to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. What would he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. They'll run him now out of the gun. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 22.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And now here's a carry heading left. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go! Watch him now, Barney! Here we go now! 3-19! Here we go! No, check! Patriot! No, check! Patriot!
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively
can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's 3rd and short.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. This one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On play action, they'll throw. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So they're on that play. Offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is.